Hey, you've just tuned in to the Personal Development Unplugged podcast, and it's a 5-minute quickie where we spend about 10 minutes just talking about stuff, deconstructing things which are, they've been made complicated by various people for various reasons, and we break them down so they're processes, protocols, things that we can change in ourselves. But with that in mind, this is a conversation about a problem I'm having. It's a problem in the way that deep diving in the thinking way, where we deep dive and think about stuff that's going on in our lives and it's just not working for me. And I wanted to have a conversation with you about how I'm thinking of changing it so it does work. So if you want to come with me, that would be awesome. But just be warned, there are 3 F-bombs in this episode. Don't normally do it, but in this one, well, they just came. And that's what happens sometimes. So do be warned, but hey, there's some more golden nuggets in here for you anyway. So enjoy after this.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
So this morning, I was writing in my journal and things weren't happening for me, and they haven't been for a couple of days. And I thought, well, I need to do something. And I thought of something. I knew I had to do some thinking. Proper thinking. And I thought to myself, oh, hey, Cluffy, you do a lot of thinking, don't you? And I think sometimes we can fool ourselves. Because see, I love questions. The thing about questions is, I like to ask questions and let my unconscious mind, go away, think about it and come back and tell me. But then sometimes I get frustrated. Frustrated because I don't get the answers I want, or I don't even get an answer. Maybe I do and I forget it, or I miss it. I don't notice it or recognize it as an answer. So maybe I'm getting some answers. But on the bigger questions I have, sometimes that just, evades me, I guess. So I was thinking and I was getting a little bit despondent, writing in my journal. And then I had the thought, okay, Cluffy, you like asking questions. But is it a little bit of an excuse, a sidestep to say, ask a question, let it germinate, let it evolve inside your unconscious mind and come back to the answer. And I thought to myself, no, it's not a sidestep, but it can be. Because you see, I reckon I'm putting off deep thinking. Because when I sit down with my journal and my mind map, I'll think about something, I'll mind map out a few scenarios of where I want to go and maybe some things that I might need to do. And then I'll write out some questions to each one of those legs. And then I'll close the book and disappear thinking, there you go. I've done my bit. What else? What else is there to do? But wait. And I thought to myself, maybe we need a little bit more of a collaborative effort between me and my best friend, you and I. That's what I call my best friend, you and I, my unconscious mind. Maybe I need to think about those answers too, in a way that would give my unconscious mind a better chance of sifting through for what I want, but also be part of this solution. Because if all I'm going to do is be passive, writing questions and say, you go ahead and answer it, is that truly the best use of what I know? Because you gotta, I think, use this grey matter, use this muscle. We talk about in our NLP trainings about learning processes so they get in the muscle, so they no longer become just a process, they become something that you just do, that you know. unconsciously, and you just do them consciously and unconsciously together, though. That's the thing. You're not unconscious and just going, well, I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, you're thinking and you're moving and things just are happening together. And I thought to myself, well, if that's when I really work at my best, maybe in my deep thinking, I ought to get a little deeper with myself, be a bit more honest with myself, put a bit more effort into it. You know, the more effort you put in, the more you get back. Yeah, I think that's right. You do, don't you? So I wonder, what do you think? What do you think? You know, have you been following my questions? If you have, and I have to say, a lot of the questions I put out here on Personal Development Unplugged are absolutely, well, they're fucking amazing. They really are. I say that myself with all due modesty. And they work. But I reckon we can get them to work better. Absolutely better. I'm sorry about the swear word, but it just came out that way. Because they are. And I want, for me, an absolutely fucking amazing life. And what I want for you, I'm going to swear again, an absolutely fucking amazing life for you too. So I want to find this way. I'm going to find this way. And when I do, I'm going to share it with you. But what I'd like is maybe a little collaboration with you. If you do some deep thinking and do what I have done in leaving things alone, then maybe you could spend a little bit more time trying to answer the questions consciously as well, or posing even deeper questions. What does that question mean? What do I really want? Or if you find deep thinking that really works for you, I'd love you to share it with me. How can I improve my deep thinking? And then how can we both share it with everyone else here in this Personal Development Unplugged community, so we all get the benefit? So if you do that with me, I'll report back to you what I feel, or what I do, and what I find out, and what my experience was, how I improved it. Because I know it'll be an improvement. It cannot not be an improvement. So have a little think for me, if you would. This is really a 5-minute quickie in the 5-minute quickie original context, isn't it? Just over 5 minutes long. So yeah, as close as we can get. Anyway, have a think, and if you would, how do we deep think to get the best results? How do we mind map to get the best results? How do we ask questions of our unconscious mind and our conscious mind to get the best results? There you go. That's something that I'm going to go into, and I'd love you to go into it too. As I said, do email me, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com, with your thoughts, your answers, or your even queries that things just aren't working if they were. And we'll see if we can find the answer for that too. I'm sure this little collaboration, this conversation, will find bigger answers with they're just little twists, I think, of what we're already doing. They're not hacks. I hate the term mind hacker, all that stuff. So anyway, have a think for me, and let's think about what we're doing. So while you're thinking about that stuff, a couple of questions to you. One is, do you like this type of conversation where we're just talking about stuff that goes on in, I guess, my life, which I think probably you're experiencing something similar, and how we both can get out of it? I'd love to know that. Obviously, you know the email address. Also, you might think, or maybe there's a hypnosis track, either one already in existence. Where do you get them from, Paul? Well, the ones here are at paulcloughonline.com/podcast. 50 hypnosis tracks. So you may find something in there that could help you get this concentration, this deep work, but get results from deep work. And that's what the bit I'm struggling with. Or you might even think of, maybe there's creating that inner mind, the inner mind retreat. We all need time to de-stress, don't we? We all need that space. Everyone needs space. Our own place of personal retreat. And going to retreats are great. But if you can't, why not have one in your mind? You know, if you don't go to that special place, that stress just builds and builds and builds. But if you have a place in your mind where you can go and de-stress, work out problems, think of all the wonderful things that you'll be able to do, the wonderful feelings. So that's why I've created this program of 4 hypnosis tracks to build and be and have your own inner retreat. You can have whatever you like in that inner retreat. There can be rooms, there can be libraries, healing rooms, different lighting, maybe a fire in the corner, a special chair, maybe incense, anything that you choose. Some people have a computer that stores all the memories you've ever had, that library of everything you've ever read or everything you ever need to know. Maybe a healing room, a room where you can just go to and have your own inner healing or own inner relaxation. So what have I done? I've created these 4 tracks, one to build, one to extend it whenever you need to extend it, and then to be able to go there for a particular period of time or even a longer period of time. So you've got 2 tracks of just going and being in that special place where you can, take a problem with you, maybe muse it over in that special place, or you can leave it there, leave it to incubate in your unconscious mind. So when you come back, well, you can just have the answers come, or they might just come consciously. It's all there for you. All you have to do is go to paulcloughonline.com/retreat, have a look, give you a nice little video there, just see if it's for you. I think it's a lovely little program. There's nothing to lose because there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's a lovely program, and I think it was one I wanted to do for myself because I just thought it's such a wonderful thing to do. I love retreats, but hey, this is your own personal one. Have a look. Enjoy. And that's a program on paulcloughonline.com. If you go there, paulcloughonline.com that is, you will see that it's changed. It's all on one page and then leads off to others. But it gives all the programs on one page. There's a free hypnosis track to reduce your anxiety. Just click in there and that's yours. And also, just for the next, I think probably last few days of the sale now, trying to help people out through this horrible time, I've put a 75% discount on all those programs, every one of them. All you have to do is when you get to checkout, put in the code LOCKDOWN, LOCKDOWN, lockdown. That's what it's for. So if that could help, that's with my compliments, trying to do something for everyone around. I'm sure there's stuff there that will help. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and not one of those programs lasts longer than 15 days. So you get to try it. Make sure it was right for you. If it isn't, money back. No worries whatsoever. With that in mind, just closing as usual. If you could share this episode, tell people about this podcast, the Personal Development Unplugged podcast. Tell them that we're breaking down difficult things and making things easy so we get a real change in our lives. Easy change. A good return on the energy that we put into this change. And then, if you do subscribe to the podcast channel on whatever platform you listen to. It might be iTunes, Google Play. It could be, where are we? Castbox is another one. Stitcher. There are so many. And plus, obviously, you've got the website, personaldevelopmentunplugged.com, and they're all there too. And you can get all that stuff together. Anyway, do all of that, if you would. I know your time's valuable, so just deep dive into that. And I will see you and hear from you, and you'll hear from me very soon. I look forward to it. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye now.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.